Good morning. Now we will discuss about the acquiring and developing the project team. Means how can we acquire and develop the project team, right? So acquire project team is the process of confirming human resources for the task that is to be done in our project, right? So if we are confirming that these particular human beings will be doing work in our project, then we can say that process as the acquiring project team, right? The key benefit of this process consists of outlining and guiding the team selection, responsibility assignment to the for the successful team, right? So here we should assign the roles to the members of the team so that they can be helpful for us they can be helpful for the success of the project, right? So let's see what is the input and output of this process. As an input, we provide human resource management plan, enterprise environmental factors, and organizational process assets. What are the tools for performing these? Pre-assignment, negotiation, acquisition, virtual teams, multi-criteria decision analysis that we will discuss now. And output will be project staff assignments, resource calendars, and project management plan updates, right? So firstly, criteria for acquiring project team is that required level of experience in appropriate project and activities. The people we are acquiring, they should have the proper experience of doing this task. The project manager gathers all information about current experience level of team members to compare it with the required experience level. So whatever the people who have come for the project manager should see that whether the experience level matches with the project. Next is interest level. The project manager defines whether a team member is interested in doing the task in this project. Personal qualification. We should also find that whether the person is qualified enough so that they can work in our project. Availability means the project manager identifies whether the project team member desired for the project is available or not. And next is knowledge. Here we identify that whether the persons who are going to do work in a project have proper knowledge of their work or not, right? So next is how can we acquire project team? Methods of acquiring project team. First is methods of pre-assignment. It allows selecting team members in advance before the project. Here actually we will make the team before the starting of the project so that that team can help us in starting of the project. Next is method of virtual team building. It is used when the whole project or a significant part of it is to be fulfilled by group of people who carry out their roles and responsibilities with little or no time spent on face-to-face communication. Means there will not be face-to-face communication, but project members are virtually connected to each other. Methods of negotiation allows making staff assignments between multiple projects in order to ensure each of the project has appropriately competent human resources within the required time frame. The method entails development and use of delegation and reassignment models to make efficient staff assignments. Means here we should make the special or efficient staff assignments so that people can do work in the project very well. So next is the team acquisition method can be used separately or taken together to acquire project team. Then the process of acquiring project team comes to an end and generates the following output. Project staff assignment documentation. In this documentation, it will be defined that which member of the project will do which type of work, right? Work schedule. So here we will define that how will the work be scheduled, at what time we have to complete the particular work, right? Updates to the project management plan concerns such elements of the plan as human resource and staffing requirements, right? So it was the earlier. Now we were doing that. What were the steps for acquiring project team? Next is project team development. The process of developing project team is an activity that allows improving internal and external interactions of the team members, right? Objectives of project team development: improve skills and technical competencies of team members, right? Improve internal agreements and personal recognition among team members. Means personally team members should be in touch with each other. Establish a dynamic team culture to provide team spirit. We should provide a proper team culture, best team culture, so that people can do in the better environment, right? So next is project staff assignment documentation, resource schedules, and human resource allow achieving the following. Create a list of team members who will participate in the project team. So we should make a list of the people who will participate in the project team. Defining times when team members can participate in project. We should also define proper schedule and time when the required people will be doing the work. Next is identifying and training and development strategies. So if there is requirement of some training, then we should also plan that, right? So methods of developing project team is, first is methods of team building includes creating reliable, friendly and long-term interpersonal relationship between project team members to help them work together face to face, right? So they can communicate with each other face to face. Next is forming, allow team members together and learn about interests and concerns of each other, right? So the people who are doing work in the project must know each other's concerns and interest together towards the project, right? Next is norming, allow team members to set requirements and standards as the project works. So it will provide standards that which should be followed by the team members. Storming allows team members to figure out the team hierarchy and both formal and information team rules. Next is performing, allows team members to focus on performing the project team as a project work as a team but not individually, right? So next is methods of team training. It allows improving competencies of project team members by means of formal and informal training sessions. Means we should provide them training sessions so that they can work accurately on our project. Next is method of team co-location. So it allows placing all the team members which may be at different locations in one physical location to improve their competency. Means the people which are the part of the project should work in one location so that they can easily communicate with each other, right? So methods of reward and recognition. We should also give rewards and recognition to the people who are doing good work so that they can be motivated for the next time, right? So next is assessment of team performance. How can we assess the team performance? First, it includes improvement in skills and competencies of team members to allow a team member to perform assignments more efficiently. We should increase the skills in the person so that they can work efficiently for the project. Next is reduced rate of staff turnover. So it must not happen that the people are leaving the project very instantly or very frequently. We should provide them the proper facilities. Next is improve team cohesiveness, which contributes to the increase of the overall project performance. So we should increase the cohesiveness between the people of the project so that they can work importantly and for the benefit of the project. So that's all for this topic. Thank you.